Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Okay, so we're gonna get right into this Captain Marvel movie situation. Now, okay, if you've been here before, then you know I like to review movies in 5 different categories: the groove time, surprises, predictable ending, movie watch category, and the popcorn size. Okay, we're gonna get into those, but before we get into those, I can't even get started without saying it first. Okay, I need whoever worked on the sound to come to the front of the congregation. Okay. Now, I don't want to I don't want to feel like I'm starting off with a rant, but I'm kind of starting off with a rant, okay? Because I feel like if I see a fight scene, I want to hear the sound to really match that fight scene, like draw me in, okay? If something explodes, if I see a ball of fire, anything like that, I need that sound to match. Like, that's what draws you in, okay? Because otherwise, it kind of starts to fall flat like it did for me in this film, okay? So I feel like I was watching and, you know, like stuff was happening, but I mean, the sound just was not matching what was going on. Like, it matched because it was like, okay, an explosion. You hear an explosion, okay? But see, there's a difference when the explosion is done right and when the explosion is done wrong. Now, when you hear the explosion, boom, okay? I need a boom. If I see a ball of fire, I need to hear the sound for that ball of fire until that ball of fire is gone, okay? And this was not really happening, okay? I see the ball of fire, I hear a sound, but it wasn't like, it's like, where was the bass? Like, did I miss something? Did y'all hear the bass? Because it was not enough bass, okay? I'm just saying. I'll get back to the sound in a minute, but for now, let's go ahead, jump right into it, the groove time. So, I'm not going to even lie to you. I don't keep up with all the Marvel movies, okay? But, with that being said, and I hate to just start comparing this film to Alita Battle Angel, but Alita Battle Angel had a girl superhero, like a girl hero, and it was an action movie, and that's the last, well, it's not the last thing I saw, but like that's the last girl superhero movie situation that I saw. So naturally, I just started kind of comparing it to this one for some reason. And maybe, you know, there were things that were similar, like the fact that Alita didn't have her memory, Carol doesn't have her memory. So I just naturally started comparing, okay? Now, as far as the groove time goes, I didn't know everything about it, but I felt like I should have started to feel into the movie way before I started to be into the movie. Like, it got to the point to where the first few minutes, I was like, okay, maybe it's because I don't really know what's going on. You know, so since I don't know everything about it, I'm like, dang, I was on myself. Because I was like, you should have, you know, this your fault. Because you should have knew something about these characters. You should have knew something about this, like what was going on. Like, you should have had a little bit of knowledge. That's what I was telling myself. I was on me, okay? But then after quite a few minutes, I was like, okay, it can't just be me. It's not just me. Like, I know it's not me, okay? So, and it was funny because there was one scene where some stuff was going on. You know, I'm not gonna spoil it. There was a scene where there was a voice saying, and I quote, "Am I the only one confused here?" And I really started answering, like, I was like, no, you are not the only one confused. I'm confused. Like, what the heck is going on? What is going on? And why is it taking so long for me to be like into it? And then I started thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I know I saw Samuel L. Jackson in the preview. Like, I love Samuel L. Jackson, okay? I am a fan. So I was like, when is he gonna pop up? Like, I started getting to the point where I was getting agitated, and I was like, what is going on? But what I will say is, the groove time, I finally got into the groove once his character actually showed up. What I was surprised about was the fact that Carol, she was, you know, I knew that she was supposed to be like a regular girl and something happened to her and now she's got this power and everything. So it's like, I knew that, but I was surprised by how normal they had her in the film. During the first, like during the beginning, like fight scenes and like she'd be running and she'd be doing stuff. She was looking so regular. And once again, I hate to compare, but I was expecting her to be looking like freaking Alita was looking all really into it during her fight scenes and stuff. If they picked some sounds that kind of lasted a little longer, or during the fight scenes we had some music that really put you into it, I would have been a little more into it, because honestly I didn't know that much about what was gonna happen or what was going on or the storyline in Alita Battle Angel, but I caught on quick. If the sound and the music and everything is good, you're gonna get into it, okay? I need you to be fighting and, you know, somebody punch somebody so hard it feel like the seat's shaking in the theater. Like, I need explosions and sounds to really sound like that, okay? Excuse me, someone was texting me. Anyway, okay, so it got to the point to where honestly I started like just thinking about random stuff. Like at one point, like she was running around doing something and I was like, why she got on boots with no socks? This thing was like pre-sale tickets and all kinds of stuff and so much hype surrounding it. Like I really thought that I was gonna be all in it, okay? So that surprised me. Okay, so for predictable ending. Now, I feel like the ending wasn't really predictable. I didn't really know what was gonna happen. I kind of was like, okay, you want her to succeed, of course, but it wasn't like I knew exactly what was going to happen. And like I said, that might be because I don't really know the backstory, so all of this might have already been known to some people and they were just watching it to just have a visual for it, but I didn't know what was going to happen, so the ending wasn't predictable to me. Now, the movie watch category, for this one, it's pretty open. You could see this on a date, or you could see this out with family and friends. Okay, now for the popcorn size, I am going to give it a medium popcorn. And I'm gonna give it a medium because I might not have enjoyed it as much as I would have if I really knew the backstory. I like the scenes that had like her and Samuel L. Jackson and the cat and all this other stuff that was going on. There were some really good moments, but it just didn't pull me in like kind of like Alita Battle Angel did. You know, it just didn't do that for me. If you're a really diehard Marvel fan and you're going to see this and you haven't seen it yet, I will probably see it in 3D, because some of the scenes I could kind of tell. I was like, dang, that would be cool if I could see that in 3D, but I just bought the regular standard ticket, and that might, you know, bring up the popcorn size for you, might make it a large view, but it's still a medium for me. Still medium in my book. It kind of was like really overhyped for what it really was. You know, I'm not gonna even lie to you. At one point I was like, oh, when she finally, like, you know, the climactic part of the movie, like when stuff finally needs to start happening, I was like, Carol, good God, thank you, girl, about time. It took you long enough to get like, now you're really starting to be a little bit of a bad, you know, you're starting to get it, but it took Carol quite a few minutes. One more thing, okay, I'm gonna feel real crazy if you guys like feel like the sound was just fine, because I wasn't really thinking about it, but I kind of started ranting and my mom kind of asked me, she was like, well, how you know the sound was just messed up in a theater you was in? So that might have been an issue, but honestly I don't think it was, because I feel like explosions, the sound should last way longer than they did. I mean, it's decent, you can see it, it just wasn't all it was hyped up to be, you know, so that was a little disappointing for me. I feel like I was kind of long-winded there, but if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you get time, just check out this dude's channel. It's called Growing Up KJ. Subscribe to him. He's doing some fun things.
Shout out to her. I'm hyper today, guys.
All right, bye guys.